Hey guys, this is Devin here with Hillbilly Networks. Today I'm going to show you an Exowinch that I've had mounted to my work truck for years now, and it's made by Rough Country. It comes relatively cheap for the setup. The mount system itself comes with a light bar and two little square lights, which I'll show you here soon. That runs at $749, and then you got to get a winch with it. I've got a 12,000 pound one. I looked it up the other day. The most recent model, I believe, is about $339, so you're looking at, just over $1,000 or so between the two. And you can actually install this yourself because you don't have to remove your bumper and put on a whole new bumper system, which you would traditionally do to put on a winch on a vehicle. A lot of our power foremen, I work on fiber, so when I say power foremen, I mean the guys that just work on the power side. They have winches that are actually built into a custom-made bumper they've ordered offline instead of using the factory bumper. I've got a 2019 Ford F-250 diesel. That's what mine's mounted to, and I'm going to show you here in just a second. Alright, so here is the Exowinch. I've got my truck turned off. It will run with the battery. I don't try that though. I'm not trying to run my batteries dead on my truck. I don't know how long it would take to run it dead. I always have it running when I'm using it. I'm not sure how much it draws, but I would say it's a significant amount considering the force it's pulling. It actually pulls hard enough that my truck itself will actually slide it. They make all these kind of different systems you can hook up to your truck to kind of dog off your truck or anchor it. But in this case, this thing pulls so much it drags the truck. So it is a very strong winch. I've pulled cables that we've been running from pole to pole, long spans. I pulled them tight with it. I pulled entire trees down the road after tornadoes swept through an area, and we sawed off a tree, dropped over it, landed in the road. Instead of having to cut it up, we hooked this winch up to it and we just drug it down the road and threw it off into a bank because we don't have time to cut up trees when we're trying to get lines back up and going after a tornado swept through. We actually have tree trimmers and everybody like that that'll come behind and actually take care of that stuff. So there was a quick way to get it out of the way, get it off the road so traffic can keep rolling and people can keep doing their jobs to get the power and the internet and everything back online. But I'm going to go ahead and fire up the truck first. And there is a controller for it. I'm going to set it on the ground in front of it for right now. It's actually got a pay in and a pay out button. It's very simple. The winch itself has a engage and disengage button. I like to put it in the disengage and pull the slack out to where I need it to be, then put it back into engage, then I use the controller. I'm going to go ahead and hook up the controller first for you so you can see that. There's just 3 little pins in it. You line them up, plugs right in. Now, when I'm actually using this thing, I actually loop this through here, and I would pull this back over here, and I open up my door, and I get behind my door. I've never had something break because we always use stuff rated for the weight we're pulling and everything, but the fact that it does happen and can happen, I like to get in a semi-safe place whenever we're doing something like that, especially if it's a very large load. But here you go. I'm going to go ahead and start it up so you can see. Alright, so now the truck is running. I can actually disengage it and pull the line out to show you how I would use it. The knob right here, I'm going to turn it backwards this direction, and it actually says disengage. Now I can actually pull slack out, and I can pull my line to whatever I need to, which I'm just going to simulate it in this video. Now I'm going to turn it back to engage. Now sometimes this thing likes to hang up. It's not going to turn back all the way. Usually, move your rope out a little bit, wiggle this back, or push in, out, then try again. Most of the time that gets it. I have to say, it's the first time it's ever done that on me. Let's pull some more out. There we go. Okay. So I'd say there was just a piece that was bound up in there. Alright, now it's engaged. I've got the synthetic rope option. A lot of our line trucks have the actual braided steel. When I was looking at the different options, our linemen that have been working there for 20, 30 years told me go with the synthetic rope if you had the choice, because the braided steel frays over time and it gets in your hand, it hurts. Because one of the things you're going to have to do whenever you wind this thing back up, which I'm going to be doing right now, is you need tension on it as you're rolling it up, and you need to evenly layer it across it, back and forth. So your hand's going to be on it. Gloves will solve that a little, but those steel braids will actually pierce through some gloves. Now I'm pushing the in button, and if I want to pay it back out, then it back out. That back on there, you just give it a tiny bit of tension. There you go, lock back in. Done with it. Unplug it. We're good to go. That's all there is to it.